What's going on, guys? Tonight I got what I'm fairly certain is the 7-pot Brainstrain Red. Absolutely gorgeous pod. For once, video really does this justice because this pod is awesome looking. I've had this one before, but not from this grower. Still from Townsend Chili and Spice. Smells like it's going to be fruity and floral. Let's give it a try. Big pod, lots to chew on. Lots of seeds with that one too. I just realized that I never even showed you guys in the interior of that one. That's a letdown. I apologize for that. I'm fairly certain that is a Brainstrain Red. They weren't labeled, so kind of a guess. That's what it looks like. That's what it tastes like. So very floral right off the bat. The tiny bit of earthiness. And then a really strong fruitiness came in. Actually, all the way through chewing it, it was just floral and earthy. As soon as I swallowed, a really strong fruitiness came in. Really just brightened up the flavor so much. That is a delicious pepper. Heat right now, I'm sitting at about a 2. Seems to be going for the throat first. Right at the very back of my mouth, right before the throat starts, all the way down to like almost my Adam's apple area. Just in that section right there. It's really intensely attacking that area. Mouth, I got a little bit on the roof of my mouth towards the back. Tongue, I got a little tingle going. But it's mainly focused on the back of my throat. Back of my mouth and my throat, rather. So the flavors that I described with the floral and the earthiness in the beginning, they actually went away relatively quickly. Excuse me, pepper burp. So as soon as that fruitiness came in, the other flavors were basically drowned out by the fruitiness, and it's just left with a really strong fruitiness in my mouth. So good. That was a very very bright fruity flavor. I don't know how else to describe that one. Almost kind of like a berry. Reminded me of some sort of berry, not necessarily strawberry or a raspberry, or it just had that berry flavor to it. I don't know how else to explain it. Mm. So the heat actually rose a little bit towards the top of my throat and the back of my mouth. Whereas I said it burned down towards my Adam's apple, it stopped and actually started receding back up. So now it's just the back of the mouth and the very top of the throat. It's creating a lot of saliva in my mouth. I apologize. Heat never went above a 2. Just kind of moved its way around a little bit here and there. It was very intense. Like I said, on the roof of my mouth, towards the back, right before it starts in the throat. Really intense, right by the uvula. Excuse me, pepper burp. That was an absolutely delicious pod. It's probably been the best 7-pot Brainstrain that I've had. If that's definitely what it is, I'm not 100% certain, but I'm pretty sure. If so, that is by far the best tasting 7-pot Brainstrain I had. That was unbelievably fruity. As soon as the floral and earthy notes went away, which wasn't bad to begin with. That was still a very good flavor as it was. But then that fruitiness came in. Oh my gosh. Heat is dropping. Definitely peaked. I felt it peaked. That's why I sat there and waited for a second. I was waiting till I could actually feel it start dropping. I felt it peak and start coming down. So I wanted to wait until it started coming back down to say anything about it. Because I felt it stop at its peak. Still just left the good fruitiness in my mouth. Burns down to a 1. Okay, that is such a delicious pod. 7-pot Brainstrain red. I'm fairly certain. All right, guys. Burn daily.